Leo.
Hey everyone, I'm Karen and this is your astrological forecast for March 2017. And you know what? We have these two little clusters going on here this month where your main focus is going to be while the outer planets are still playing in the background for you. So we're going to go through and see what is taking place now, especially after the eclipses there of February. And for some of you, I know it's bringing a lot of change. You might want to leave a comment on that down below for your fellow Leos, right? But yes, the main focus here this month, it is of course naturally where the Sun, Mercury, and we have Neptune there as well. This is your 8th house, Leo, and this has to do with the area of intimacy in your life. It's how you relate. 7th house is relationships and so forth, but this is the deeper aspect. How do you relate? How do you share? How does your partner share with you? This is also the area of values and how you share those between the two of you as well. So royalties, commissions, mortgages, and inheritance. You might come to see that you're going to use a little bit more time this month to check these areas out. It's not like the 2nd house of money and income. That has more to do with the money that you earn. This is more the money you set aside, you save, pensions and so forth. It could really behoove you to look into these matters now, since it's going to be a whole year before it comes back around to give you this extra focus. Mercury and the Sun both are in Pisces, as also is Neptune, which rules Pisces. So it's a sensitive month. You're going to feel that you're more open spiritually. You're going to feel perhaps more romantic. Pisces is a very romantic sign. And not only that, but your creativity may also seem to blossom. And if you take that creativity into the areas of how you can grow and expand your money in the long term, well then, this is all good. The second area where we have main focus is Venus, Mars, and also Uranus is in your 9th house alongside with the new moon. And so this is where you're going to see a lot of activity take place. Now the 9th house is the area of how we reach for those higher goals. It's a spiritual sign ruled by Sagittarius that always wants to know the truth of everything, right? So it questions, it seeks. You might be looking at long-term goals. Sagittarius normally always likes to have things on the horizon so it knows where it's navigating. This is what you're going to do too, Leo. You might be planning long distance journeys. You might even be traveling this month. And for those of you who are, of course, not all Leos are going to do it, but for a small group of you, you will have a fabulous time because of Venus. It's joy, pleasure. Having Mars there, there's adventure, there's dynamic action. For those of you who are looking to take some exams this month, well, it does rule higher education as well. So you will come to see that you will be powering up on all that energy to hone in on those exams, right? And for example, if you're looking for a visa, this would be the time where you'll be seeing action, especially if there has been a period of delay. You will see it starting to speed up. And the same thing goes for any legal suits. Just a whole lot taking place. Now, right here as we start off the month, Mars and Uranus, they will be conjunct in this area. So expect things to just pop out of the blue. Some of it might just come in from the left and surprise you. For others, it may also just represent that finally, it's like putting the key in the lock and things will open up, and there you go. Lots of energy. Now, of course, when we're looking at these two areas of your chart where the main focus is like that, when you listen to your moon or rising sign chart, well, that will show you the other areas in your life which also will be popping, and it's easy to find it here just by clicking this little information button. There you will have the whole playlist. You can easily find your rising and moon sign right there, so you don't have to go look for it. But yes, Venus and Mars in Aries, now that's like the conquistador energy. You're going to be the one taking the lead. You will feel more active, you will feel more determined. Venus wants what it wants, and so does Mars. So I don't see you holding back this month. This is a month to power up and power down towards the goals that you are setting yourself. You might even see that your partner will be more taking initiatives too this month. We like that Aryan energy because it doesn't procrastinate. It takes action, right? So you're going to be feisty and fiery. And of course, not only is Mars going to be passing over that point of Uranus, but Venus will too. More surprises coming in. And then, of course, the new moon. Now, we had the eclipses in February. Right now, the new moon will be showing up on the 27th of March in this area. So that's where you want to place your intentions. Even if you're not traveling now this month, that might be a part of your intentions. That this year, until the new moon in the 9th house in 2018, I truly want to focus on making it happen and becoming real this year. So you can make plans, you don't have to act on it, and that will help you actually to open up that door in your consciousness. While we're talking about the moons, let's talk about the full moon, which is March 12th, and in your 2nd house for money and income. So this is going to be the stage which is totally lit up for you. If you've been waiting for a check or a raise, this might be the time where you can see that your finances will up it another dimension. And of course, that is to be celebrated. It's a good time for you to look at your worth, your self-worth. Maybe it's a good time to actually ask for a raise if it's not being presented. You can go for it, right? Next month is going to be very much so a career month for you, so stay tuned on it. And so maybe that full moon is bringing that desire up so that you can prepare and know what you're going to be asking for next month. We have Venus, though, will retrograde, and that is on March 4th through April 15th. This is in your 9th house. When Venus retrogrades, the only thing we really, truly want to be cautious about is having no surgeries, and especially not any plastic surgeries. You don't want to fix your eyebrows, do your eyes, facelift, that kind of thing, fillers, because why? It will not turn out the way you expected. It's not even a good time to go to get a haircut, that kind of thing, or even buy new clothes or appliances. Venus is what we see as beauty, right? And so it's until April 15th, hold back if you can. Now, in the matters of the heart, well, yes, you could see perhaps that there might be issues between you and your partner that you can revisit, areas that need to be discussed a little deeper, a little bit more. If you're waiting for contact, some of you are, then yes, that can be a little delayed at this point too, but then from next month you'll see how it's going to skyrocket again. Jupiter retrograde has been from February 6th and will be straight through June 10th. So this is a time when Jupiter is laying low. But you know, Jupiter is always very jovial anyway, so it's not the worst planet to have retrograde. But that being said, we don't really want to expand into new areas. If it was already pre-started, that's okay to go in and complete. But to hang back a little bit, especially in those areas of the 3rd house, which has to do with communication. If you're going to be creating some project, or say you want to create a presentation, you can work on it, but if you can hold back till later on this year, you will have more prompt and more push. Siblings, the issues with siblings and so forth too might come up, or also in your closer community with, say, for example, neighbors and so forth. This will be until June 10th, so you'll see that summertime is really going to be good, and then straight throughout the rest of the year when Jupiter again puts the key in the door and opens it for you. Saturn will be retrograding in April, so whatever you need to do now is good. Saturn for you is in the 5th house, which has to do with children, your creative self-expression, the business that you own, and so forth. Saturn slows down things, but will also bring in opportunities perhaps from the past, old projects or projects that you thought at some point was a good thing, but didn't have time to really go in and evaluate. Well, maybe now you will have more time to check in on those things. And it will be retrograde until August 26th. So this gives you all summer to really check out what it is you want to do in the long run. Yeah, and we did mention children. So issues with children may come up, and you can deal with them in a very serious and good, grounded way. Top of the month, we have the Sun and Neptune. They're conjunct, and that's a lot of creative, spiritual energy. On the 2nd, 3rd coming in, Jupiter has this opposition to Uranus. And so for you, what will that mean? It's your 3rd and 9th house that are entangled here. And it brings choices, it can bring challenges. Jupiter wants to expand in a certain area. Uranus might just come in throwing a bone into it from the left, and you're just going to have to look at what takes place, okay? Sometimes it's disturbing, sometimes we have to let go, but at other times we might find ourselves at the top of the challenge where we've been working towards, and then we can see a release. So that release can be good, it can be challenging, all depending on how your personal transits in your own personal chart will be triggering. Is it by trine? Is it by a sextile? Or is it being squared? Or do you have other oppositions accompanying it? That will determine what it is going to do for you personally. But then we have a beautiful time straight through here to the 10th, where you'll see a lot of action, activity. There is things getting done here, Leo. I know that you love when you can see that projects finishes and concludes itself. It's all that passion. Remember, Mars in Aries, right? Coming in and getting structure done. If you're having anything specific now where you're doing it on your own or getting specific help to aid you to finish your project, around the 5th is a great time. Super, a lot is being accomplished. Your communication is great. The creative flow is beautiful. And then I'm seeing here on the 8th and the 9th, there could be some important communications. And in that, I feel it has to do with something transformative, as if either starting something that really can open up new venues for you. I think you're going to like it. I feel that it has to do with the way you're structuring your day-to-day life and your routines. You're feeling a new flow, as if whatever choices you made earlier in the month, and also there with the eclipses, you should start really seeing how that's going to kick into action for you around the 8th and the 9th. On the 10th, Mars will move into Taurus, okay? So now we're out of that supersonic speed of the Aryan dynamics, but now here I see that you're going to be focusing on career, Leo. Mars moving into your 10th house, and you're going to be like a dog to bone, because that is what Mars in Taurus does. Taurus wants what it wants, and it will make sure it gets it. You're very strong-minded at this time. Mars, as it's cruising through your 10th house, you'll have some good communications, perhaps new projects, and whoever you're working with, they will see that you're all fired up about whatever it is now you're starting. And remember, I just mentioned too that this new door that's opening up on the 8th and the 9th has you now already prepared for what is taking place in your career. You'll see that straight through the rest of this month and into next as well. And you would know we have no retrogrades on Mars for a long time yet to come. So you know it's going to speed through this area. So grab the opportunities when you get them. We have a little bit of challenges right around between the 12th and the 17th for you. I feel it has to do with looking at what you've accomplished thus far. And you might need to talk to somebody in authority or somebody in the know to help you actually get something balanced. Now, it is your Saturn, and this is in the 5th house, so it could be through some creative project, perhaps. It could also just be you being the Saturnian energy as far as parenting, and then it could be one of your children coming to you with a problem, maybe a conflict, or just wanting to get your advice, okay? So Saturn here is going to be looking into it, working through it, and it's not just like a day or two. We actually have 5 days to work through and figure out the best solution. So in that being said, I feel that yes, there's a lot of effort, there's a lot of work going into it, but it's all good. Now on the 20th, the sun moves out of Pisces and we are into Aries. That is into your 9th house. And so you're going to see the shift, because in the background you've been working to get all your ducks in a row, you know, on the long-term investments and financials. Now the sun is going to join where Venus and Mars has been there, and so now you're actually looking towards higher consciousness. Also, all those travel plans might now up itself again, because now the sun, which is you're going to be shifting into this, and you might find yourself wanting to do a lot more research. And when I mention research, the 9th house is beautiful for that. It has to do with that higher education, so we're educating ourselves, and having both Venus and Mars in there too, Mars earlier that is, we are researching at this time. On the 24th, again, there is a communication coming in, and you're just going to have to look at what you want. This is Mercury and Jupiter. Mercury is your communication. It's your linear way of thinking, and Jupiter has to do with justice and decisions. And so your Jupiter being in the 3rd house, right now I feel that, yeah, you will go with what feels right. Always go with your intuition, because when we ask our mind, which is Mercury, the linear thought pattern, for any one question that we ask, your mind can give you 1,000 different solutions. That's what the mind does. And then sometimes we get lost in that, because that opens up, but what if this and what if that, right? But when we stand in front of such a situation, ask your heart, which is your intuition, and it can only give you 2 answers, either a yes or no. Does it feel good or bad, right or wrong? So you'll know how to navigate when you get to that point. 25th, it is the day for romance. I feel things are really good with you and your relationship. Venus is retrograde, but it allows you now to access the heart of your loved one and bring things into clarity. It's a good time, I feel, to come to some agreement of what it is you both want. If you're single, well, this could be a time where you can actually meet somebody, and if you do, it might be a karmic partner, just because Venus is retrograde. So maybe somebody from the past might surface at this time.